The health benefits of listening to classical music. Music has been part of our lives since ancient times. We are still not clear about its origin, but its roots are back in the early Christian church and are believed to be created by them. There is a varied range of music that we get to hear today as it has become a major source of entertainment for us. People listen to music when they are in the car, traveling on a bus, at house parties, or while attending concerts by their favorite artists. Listening to music can make a person feel relaxed and happy because of the release of the happy hormone, dopamine. But, do you know, apart from its relaxing effect, there is a type of music that has health benefits? Classical music. Music has evolved over thousands of years and has transitioned through eras of different cultures and values. Classical music is not as popular today as other forms like rock, hip-hop, jazz, etc., but it is considered to be music with formal standards. Today, the main audience for classical music is the older generation. Classical music surrounds you constantly whether you realize it or not. It is part of your life even if it's not popular. These days classical music has found its audience through classic movies and shows such as Bridgerton, Pride and Prejudice, etc. The famous tunes on which Ms. Elizabeth Bennet dances with Mr. William Darcy are part of classical music. What is classical music? Classical music is written in Western musical traditions using an established form. It is the formal music form of the Western world. It is said to be built on the principles of formality and excellence. The classical era, 1750 to 1820, witnessed the rise of classical musicians who created masterpieces that after centuries are famous for their various health benefits. The classical era established the standards for composition, presentation, and style. The harpsichord, which was part of Baroque music, previous era, was not included in classical music. Instead, piano became the dominant keyboard instrument. It is based on complex music form and harmonic organization. This music form sounds cleaner and lighter than other music forms, especially Baroque. Classical music is considered an elegant and graceful music form, which is properly constructed and performed in moderation and control. The classic era also witnessed the emergence of the sonata, the string, the symphony, and the concerto, which became part of classical music. Classical music is also called canonic music, cultivated music, and serious music, although many musicians don't agree with using the word serious with classical. Comic opera also rose to popularity during the classical era. It is believed that the Western classical tradition began with the early Christian church. The early Christian church rejected the influence of their surrounding pagan culture, hence making it necessary to disapprove of all the earthly things, which included music. They created their own music in an attempt to disassociate themselves from the predominant music of ancient Greece and Rome, which reminded them of the pagan religion. The early church culture was based on the geek philosophy, which states that music was a medium that had a cosmic connection to the forces of nature and thus possessed the power to affect human thought and conduct. Classical music may not be as popular as it should be today, but is definitely good for one's health. Our elders still prefer this music form over others as they can connect with its style and composition. It is not only soothing for one's ears but can help in curing many health-related problems. It is rightly said, most good things never trend, but we are here to make sure you will not miss out on this one. Before we will discuss the health benefits of classical music, we would like to give you a little bit of information on its types. Classical music is sometimes used to describe non-Western art music displaying similar complex characteristics. It includes Indian classical music. This Indian subcontinent music is divided into two traditions. The North Indian classical music is known as Hindustani and the South Indian expression is known as Carnatic. It found its root in the Vedic literature of Hinduism, and the ancient Natya Shastra. Indian classical music has two foundational elements that are raga and tala. Yayue, it is a form of classical music performed at the royal court and temples in ancient China. The Chinese philosopher Confucius considered this kind of music to be beneficial and good. Health benefits of the classical music: lower blood pressure. Do you know there are other things you can do to keep your heart healthy? One such way is by listening to classical music. According to an Oxford University study, classical music can help in keeping your blood pressure low. According to Michael Schneck, MD, a neurologist with Loyola Medicine in Chicago, it is the emphasis of listening to the harmonies and rhythms of classical music that may provide a calming effect for people, thus helping to lower their blood pressure. He further added, this could occur with classical music or jazz music, along with taking your blood pressure medication as prescribed by your provider. Relieves anxiety. Classical music can reduce stress and relieves anxiety in a person. In a study, it was found that a pregnant lady who listened to classical music was less likely to feel stressed out throughout the pregnancy. So, next time when you are stuck in traffic, we advise you to listen to classical music. Improves memory. Do you know classical music can sharpen your memory? Yes, it helps in boosting your memory and makes you remember things for a longer period of time. According to a study, people who listened to Mozart's music showed an increase in brain wave activity directly linked to memory. Remember to listen to Mozart's music when you are learning something new. Better our sleep. Irregular sleep pattern has another topic of concern which we are leaving for the next time. But, almost everyone these days complains of irregular sleep. Listening to classical music for 45 minutes before bed can improve your sleep quality. According to Katherine Jackson, a licensed clinical psychologist and board-certified neurotherapist based in Chicago, most classical music has a slow tempo and is soothing, making it great to prepare your brain and body for sleep. Help to become more productive. Turn on classical music in the background while performing any task. It will boost your productivity. A series of studies have proven that music makes repetitive tasks more enjoyable. Play Beethoven or Haydn in the background if you are working on something important. This will show amazing results. Makes one happy. Classical music can help in releasing dopamine, which is a type of neurotransmitter and hormone. This hormone makes you happy and will uplift your mood. Helps to overcome depression. It is advised that people who easily get stuck in a vicious cycle of depression should listen to classical music. It can help in relieving depression and overcoming sadness by releasing tension. It is also helpful for pregnant women dealing with postpartum stress, and patients facing stress issues post and pre-surgery. Channel inner creativity. Do you know classical music can help you get new ideas? It has the power to channel your inner creativity by changing your mindset. It will help your brain to think of new ideas and bring about your creative side. It is advised that when you can't find inspiration for your work, then plug in your headphones and listen to classical music. Eases pain. Sometimes painkillers couldn't relieve the intensity of the pain. But, do you know what can? Classical music. According to a study conducted by London researchers, it is found that the patients who used to listen to classical music were taking less medication for pain, as it helps in decreasing heart rate and eases the pain. Makes a person emotionally available. In a study from 2001, it was found that people who listened to classical music were willing to share their personal information in writing. According to Jackson, when she plays light classical music during her session, some patients who typically have a hard time sharing or discussing emotional content are better able to open up and share. Classical music helps a person in opening with the other person. It also generates empathy in people, making them emotionally more available. Do you know, a few studies claim that classical music can help babies sleep better? It has a calming effect on babies which makes them peaceful and serene. Sometimes, when inspiration runs dry, I drink classical music until my words spill out. Command Kojuri, author. Mozart effect. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was born on January 27, 1756 and died on December 5, 1791, was a remarkable composer of the classical period. He is regarded as the greatest composer in the history of Western music, along with many other composers like Ludwig van Beethoven, Franz Joseph Haydn, etc. He composed symphonies, concertos, and operas. But, Who knew that years later, the world will listen to his compositions for their health benefits? Do you know, there is a 1993 study that states that listening to Mozart music can make you smarter and temporarily boost scores on one portion of IQ tests. Some popular science theories claim that early childhood exposure to classical music can make a child smarter and has beneficial effects on the mental development of a child. However, listening to Mozart doesn't show permanent changes, but it surely has calming effects, making a person more relaxed and confident. Do you know facts? 1. A single violin is made from over 70 individual pieces of wood. 2. There are 2 skulls in Haydn's tomb. The original skull was stolen by phrenologists, replacement skull was put in the tomb. In 1954, the original skull was restored but the replacement was not removed from the tomb. 3. The London Symphony Orchestra was booked to travel on the Titanic's maiden voyage, but they changed boats at the last minute. 4. The Japanese word karaoke comes from a phrase meaning empty orchestra. 5. Mozart Kugeln is one of the most popular chocolate brands in Austria. Classical music is like the morning sunshine. Adrienne Posey, author of the science fiction novel, The End Begins. Classical music is one of the oldest forms of music in the world. It has played an essential role in the eras bygone. However, with the rising popularity of hip-hop, rock, etc., people are drifting away from it. We hope that after reading this insightful article, on the many health benefits of classical music, you will definitely give it a try. Furthermore, classical music is soothing and peaceful and can help you in staying healthy and happy.